Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Oakland Raiders franchise here on Madden NFL 09. Last week, we completely destroyed the Bills 37-0. This week, probably not expecting the same result. We're up against a 91 overall team. We're 3-0, probably by accident. They're 2-0 by the fact that they're a 91 overall team. So if you are enjoying the Raiders franchise, do me a favor, hit the like button and the subscribe button below. And this video is, you might be able to hear the sound of a fan running in the background. Just know that it has been like 100 degrees for the last week in our area, so the fan isn't even for the room, it's for the house. There have been days where it has felt like 120 in the house. So if you can hear the fan, I apologize. The good news is, though, by the time this video comes out, we should be probably on our way to our new house. So I'll put up the schedule once I know more about it. By the time this video is out, we should have the schedule because it looks like the papers are finally done. Now we just need to get our visas and stuff. But thankfully, it looks like we'll be in a new house shortly, because this summer, usually August has the hotter temperatures, and the fact that it's June right now when I'm recording this, and we're already in the hundreds, I don't know how I feel about that. Which, I do know how I feel about it. I don't want to think about it. Okay, so, and also, this is going to be basically the definition of a heat game in the NFL. So try to waste the clock as much as possible once we get out to a good lead. A lot of running the ball, hopefully some Jamarcus Russell, like, splash plays. I forgot that the Chargers have Darren Sproles. So they have Darren Sproles and LaDainian Tomlinson in this? Right? And Phillip Rivers. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. I give us a very small chance of winning this game. Which probably for the better, honestly, because I felt like the season's been kind of unrealistic. Even though this is an all-pro, clearly I'm going to need to up the difficulty shortly. Maybe we should just try it in all Madden just to see what happens. That's going to be a penalty on me because I wanted to turn into the safety. I literally was looking at the safety and was like, oh, that's an easy pick. I didn't trust the safety to do it himself. And instead I get a defensive pass interference penalty. Games. I mean, I understand it. You just press B, you're going to get a random player, and I imagine they just put you on the player closest to making the play, but I don't know. When the one guy is literally turned around and looking at the ball, I'd like to be that guy. Okay, they got a guy on their team named Hester that is number 22. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, I think his name was Jay Hester, so I'm not worried about him anymore. Nope, that's LT. Hall's not going to tackle him. Hall's definitely not going to tackle him. He's just a corner. I mean, LT's not exactly a power back, but just is way too shifty for a corner to handle in the open field. This drive should have already been over, and I ruined it for the team. That, I kind of feel like, shouldn't have been caught. It's funny how many animations they had there, and like 2 of them looked like it might have been a forced fumble animation, but they just kept changing it every time a new player ran over and helped to make the tackle. This is going to be a really bad game. It would, of course, have to be the game that I am playing. The worst part about it is today it's only supposed to be like 80 outside. But the last 3 days have been 90s, so and the field temperature has been literally in the hundreds, like how it actually feels outside. Doesn't help though that this game's all-pro difficulty is either the quarterback throws an obvious pick or I thought he fumbled it at first. I really don't think he got his full body in the end zone on that with the ball under his control, but I have no ability to tell the game that it's stupid. It looked like he almost did like a Jonathan Taylor play. Got right into the end zone, and as he was walking into it, he dropped the football. But I think that was more of a Madden problem, less of a he actually dropped it. Well, 7-0. It was going to happen at some point. This team is absolutely disgusting. Penalty, let me guess. Holding? Even though technically when it got thrown, he ran into me? Yep, that makes tons of sense. I just don't think that the, like, refs like me in this game. The defensive PI was entirely my fault, but the penalty didn't even get thrown until I got hit by one of the players, so wouldn't you think it'd be on the player who hit me? Okay, outside. That was a terrible spin move. Probably should have juked. I'm sorry. Once the move is over, I expect to be able to actually, like, think clearly and not have a headache all the time. Okay, fake. Can you, like... There we go. Honestly, wow. Tell me that wasn't that Madden had prepared a hit stick for the exact end of the juke. And of course he drops it, because why would he catch something that hit him right in the hands when he's wide open? We'll just punt it. I have faith in my defense, as much as I really shouldn't. I have faith in them not to do that again. That was a huge hit. Should have been a pick, so it should have been 0-0, or even, like, 3-0. But hoping that they can do the same thing this time, and we didn't, I don't know, activate Phillip Rivers after he threw one pick to be the best quarterback in the NFL. There we go. There's a pick. And there's a pick six. My defense is the only thing that can consistently score in this entire game. D'Angelo Hall. Again, it wasn't even his fault the first time, but in terms of, like, how the team feels, he made up for it. Not really. He totally is too good of a corner to be on my team. I don't deserve any of these 90 overall players. Okay. This team is really good at, like, breaking shoelace tackles, and for some reason that is the only animation I am getting. Let's move Burgess over to the left a bit. I was hoping that I could kind of get, like, a... They keep putting me on the wrong player. It's weird how this game is again, B is just cycle player, I'm pretty sure random, but I thought it was supposed to be the closest player to the ball. Okay. Phillip Rivers was activated, but it looks more like he was, activated to have an absolutely terrible game. I just don't understand why certain plays the quarter, like, look at that one. Oh, he ran into LT. Is that what happened? He ran into LT and the animation, like, screwed up so he couldn't back up any further? He thought he was under pressure immediately, basically? I might be looking too far into it, but that's what it looked like. Let's try an inside cross. I'll give... It wasn't even Higgins that ran that route the last time. It was number 18. It's easy pass there to McFadden. Possibly for a touchdown. There we go. Now, if we can just, like, stop them one more time. I don't know why that guy ran up and punched him in the back of the head, but... That makes a lot of sense. Great touchdown, teammate. Concussion. Hopefully we can get, like, one more scoring drive and then just start wasting the clock. And it might not be the best game, but I'm treating this game as if it is as warm as it is in the house. And I've seen a lot of teams in the NFL where they play those, like, heat games, usually in, like, Miami or Tampa, where it's, like, 95, and the whole field is just, like, those giant fans and air conditioner units, basically. They look like air conditioner units. They're probably not, but... And the whole, like, both teams basically have this thing of, like, okay, just let them have their win because they're used to it. And we're going to go home. I remember the Bills had one of those games against Miami a couple of years ago, I think. That was a really bad closing tackle there by me, but not surprised. They're not experiencing the heat I am. Only the user is experiencing the heat. The comm has home field advantage, even though we're playing in Oakland. And no one told Phillip Rivers. What is going on with Phillip? He just threw that ball off the back of his foot. Again. What is that pass? You're not Aaron Rodgers. I don't even know if Rodgers could have completed that. You threw it right to the linebacker. This is all pro, by the way. We might have to do the same thing I'm thinking of doing for NHL in this. Changing the difficulty to all Madden once we get like into the playoffs, just to see how it is. We probably really should have like custom sliders. Not for my offense, for the fact that my defense is all like 90s. My offense is atrocious. Maybe Zach Miller, maybe Shields, Walker again. I don't really know if that route is ever supposed to work. That was terrible, and I'm thankful that he dropped it. Penalty, I take it? Holding. How can I be holding if I'm getting hit? At least protect your quarterback. Honestly, I'm glad that they declined it. I'm not surprised they did, but if they had accepted it, I don't think we would have been in field goal range if I had failed to gain any yards. Or maybe we would have. Janikowski's kicking is like, half the time I feel like he can make it from 60, and then the next time he kicks it, it looks like he'd be good from about 40, even though he has the boot ability. So 17-7, the first quarter isn't even over yet. I was hoping to get this game over fast, and naturally that just is reasoning for my team to only be good at getting picks. We can't sustain a drive to waste clock at all, we can't let the opponent waste clock, so we just make every drive take 10 seconds. He's running again. Why are you running? I wasn't even through the line yet. Phillip Rivers has just got happy feet. There was an ability, or one of the traits for quarterbacks, I think, in the older games, where they had... It's picked off again. What is happening? This is in All-Pro. You guys see it when I start the game. All I do is turn off the team rewind. I don't get it at all. 4 picks. And I'm not even going to have the Defensive Player of the Year on my team. It'll somehow probably go to, like... I'm trying to think who would get it in this game. Huh. I'm trying to remember 09. I don't remember a lot of defensive players in 09. But there was a lot of, Darrelle Revis, I don't know. But it probably won't go to my team because we're splitting all of the picks. I think that's the 4th separate player who has gotten a pick in this game. 2 linebackers, 2 corners. Let's see here. Maybe Higgins, maybe Shields. Maybe they'll just run into each other. What was that? That didn't even feel like a real play. In fact, the way that the play ended felt fake. Oh, here's a kick again. Our defense is basically winning us the entire game. Our offense can't do anything. Mainly because the receivers have decided not to show up. And that play, literally, the receiver wasn't there. It looked like it bounced off both of their arms and the play was considered to be continued, but it was an incomplete pass. 20-7, first quarter isn't even over yet. This video might literally be 50 minutes long and I needed it to be like 30. Huge hit there. You can, if you, as you're running on the kick return coverage, if you like move the left stick back and forth, you can kind of mess up their returning. Honestly, thank goodness Phillip Rivers completed the pass. I don't know why his passes look the way that they do. Is he injured? Like, does he have an elbow injury or something? Because why would you throw a lofting pass quick? For 10 yards, especially. Okay. I think Phillip Rivers figured out the game plan, which was kind of obvious from the start. Throw it to Antonio Gates. Very complicated. And actually throw it to him, not throw it in his direction, but at the corner. That was bad, but... eight for 13 with he has one incomplete pass and then 4 picks. That has been all of his incompletions. 4 of his 5 have actually been completed, just not to the target he was aiming for. Like, I don't understand what's this team's game plan. They haven't ran LaDainian Tomlinson enough to make play action effective, so every time they run play action, my players are just running right through and getting pressure immediately. I just need a long sustained drive. That's all I need. I just need a drive that lasts longer than like 5 seconds. Honestly, I'm glad I got tackled behind the 20. Let's score a touchdown on this drive. Put the game basically out of reach considering how they're playing. We should have had 5 picks, I just remembered. This is really bad. Let's run it this way. Good run there by McFadden. And I'm literally going to waste the clock all 40 seconds. My time of possession has been terrible anyways. So, let's just get a long sustained drive and just go from there. Running to the right. Okay, they have a brick wall and 2 bowls over there. To the left side, they have a bowl. Obviously, I'm going to want to run this to the left because numbers, but I don't know. I don't really expect this to go anywhere. Like I said, I'm literally waiting until 2. There's no reason not to. It's not like this game has the one jump the play thing. Okay, he hit-sticked me forward. Not entirely sure I understand how that works, but it happened. Let's try... If I knew X would be Higgins, the problem is I'm pretty sure, yeah, X is Shields. And I don't know how I feel about that. Right side again is overloaded, so we'll go to the left side. I'm not kidding when I say I am wasting this entire clock. I apologize for the fact my videos have been on the shorter side, but also, like the Madden videos, I've been trying to make the games quicker, but I can't do anything about it right now. I am in a room that is, like, already in the 90s. And we had the fan on in front of the room before I started recording. So, I can't even make the statement of, like, well, the room was just allowed to cook overnight. No, we had the fan in front of it. So, let's see here. I just waste clock. Just trying to figure out when the best time to record these videos are. The longer videos I have to record in the morning. And then the rest of the videos I basically have to record one at a time and then go out of the room and, like, get some water. Because bringing water into the room, the water just turns into, like, the taste of plastic, basically, immediately. They call the timeout, McFadden's injured. Well, I'm not surprised. It was going to happen at some point. So, I wish I had known how long the injury was, but unfortunately we don't get that information here. Maybe Miller, maybe Fargas, maybe Higgins if luck prevails. I guess that's luck prevails. Oh. Good play, Higgins. I know I said I wanted a long drive, but we did waste like 2 minutes and 45 seconds from that. And I don't really get a lot of chances for Jamarcus Russell to throw the ball deep because all of my receivers can't catch besides the slowest guy on my team. That's really what I was hoping would happen when I put Higgins as the wide receiver 3. Especially on those corner routes. They have a chance to, like, bump into each other at the very top of the route, and that's when you get the openings like you just saw right there. And I also don't think that they run at full speed until you throw the ball at them. That's what that kind of looked like. I know that when they put their hand up to call for a pass, you'll oftentimes see them incredibly slow down. Oh my gosh, he threw another pick. Just a reminder, that would have been his 6th of the game had I not gotten the DPI on the first pass. All pro difficulty. Okay, McFadden's back and immediately causes an injury to the other team. Now, I'm not happy about all the timeouts. Because again, if there wasn't so many timeouts, we'd be done already with the second quarter. Let's just get this play ran. Get the clock moving. .627 IQ. I'm trying to remember, even when I used to play this game for fun, and I think I had it in, like, maybe the same difficulty, probably pro, because I was on the younger side. I don't think I ever got my IQ that high. So, let me see here. Maybe Griffith, maybe McFadden. Higgins could technically be open again, but there is a safety directly over the top, so it's not like it's going to be a one-on-one. I'm probably hoping that B and A take LB's players away from him. Nope. But McFadden's open. Good play. I'm actually just going to go for it here. 20-point lead, I guess technically... Well, no, because if I just kick a field goal, it would be 30-7, which means 3 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. Yes, tie the game. So we're just going to go for it. Also, because the longer the drive lasts, the more time I can take off the clock. 27 points with 130 yards of offense. When your offense for the opposing team does a better job at scoring points for you than you do. Let's put Miller on a slant here. I don't think that hitch would have gotten him over the first down area. I think, yep, that linebacker's following McFadden. Slide for the first down, and let's take it to the 2-minute warning. Great play there by Jamarcus. I'm just going to keep it on the ground. Obviously, we have to wait for the 2-minute warning, but keep it on the ground. I don't think that they're going to call timeouts. They're going to probably hope that we waste the clock on ourselves, but that's what I'm going for anyways, so I would appreciate it if they don't call timeouts. Okay. Gain of like 2 or 3. Brings up 2nd and goal. We can get the clock all the way down to like a minute and 13 seconds, it looks like. Maybe a minute and 14 seconds. What I'll probably end up honestly having to do is record the first half and then record the second half in a second video and then combine them. Because I don't want to just randomly start coughing. Let's see here. Also, next week's video is NHL. The week after that is going to be a shorter video. I'm just going to be looking at the achievements that this game has. So, if you see the next Madden video and it's like 2 or 3 minutes long, just understand that when I was recording these videos in preparation for the move, I was not able to record a full 45-minute long video because the room I'm recording in is a volcano. So, actually, I figured it out a couple of days ago. Our house is basically a desert. It gets very, very hot quickly and stays like that regardless of what you do in terms of cooling the house. So, you can probably already hear it. Like, my voice is just getting destroyed by this room. Just get it into Walker. I might have had a touchdown on Y, but I wasn't really even paying attention. I was hoping they wouldn't call that timeout, but not surprised. Let's just put this through the uprights, make it 30-7. And this first half is almost over. I really wish we'd gotten the Phillip Rivers that was very accurate with the passing, and LaDainian Tomlinson just ran through us for like 2 quarters, and it took 3 minutes to get them all done. That was amazing pathing by me that time. Okay, let's do a cornerback zone blitz. I'm honestly just hoping that they run the ball. They are in, what formation is that? It's not I. I don't remember what that is. Strong or weak? Full, maybe? Don't run out of bounds. Thank you. Yes. And just waste the clock. And the first half is finally over 25 minutes later. Good grief. 30-7 at the end of the first half. Definitely can't say I was expecting this kind of a game, but I guess a win is a win, right? Okay, let's kick it off. Actually, no, we're not kicking it off. They're kicking it off to us. Which is honestly good, because I'll have more time to waste the clock. Let's go this way. No, not a kick return touchdown. I'll admit it, I ran directly into that guy. I just want to waste clock. I don't want another touchdown. I'm up 30-7. We're good. We are good. We just need to get tackled for like a gain of 4 each down. That would be the best thing that could happen for us. Literally a gain of 4. I know it says 3rd and 5, but technically it was 4 yards. We went from the 35 to the 39. We gained 5. Okay, it's inches, so they rounded up. Just waste some clock. Obviously, if you guys have trades you want me to make, let me know in the comments. I don't think I've had anybody give me a trade idea yet, so if it's a good trade, I'm trying to think of like what position we need right now. Left tackle we could probably use. Obviously receiver, if you've got any receivers who are fast, or who have good hands, and I'm trying to think of like what receivers in this game work, but I'm pretty sure it's just like speed receivers. I can't throw it to basically anybody who are route runners in this game. The routes aren't crisp enough to be even considered route running receivers. And Walker has dropped passes that have hit him right in the hands, so I don't trust the hands icon either. But if you've got anybody who's kind of like McFadden, has the feet with like flames or wings coming off the side of it, just let me know and I'll probably make a trade for him. Not worried about giving up picks because I don't expect this franchise to last longer than a season unless people really want me to go another season. I mean, I don't think the Raiders ever did anything as like bad as losing multiple Super Bowls in a row, so X just ran into his corner so I couldn't gain more yards. Do we go for it just for the sake of going for it? Just why not? If I can find a play with mesh happening. Oh, mesh. Sweet. I guess we'll run this, and of course all the players who I wanted playing this play aren't there, so this will probably be an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. To be fair, 20 really just dove for that, so nothing I can say. It stinks though, but at least we wasted 2 minutes of clock. This room is already like 90. Okay, I got an animation even though that was almost picked again. What is Phillip Rivers doing? Is he going for the record for most picks thrown in a game? Because he's already at 5, should be at 6. I don't even know what that number is, and I don't even want to think about what that number is. That was entirely on my... That was entirely on me. That was terrible. But again, when I'm having to wipe my face to get the sweat off of my eyes, I mean, what do you expect? Ugh, heat games. I'm just sitting down in a room. Like, what is even happening? 30-14. We're still not in a position to be, like, worried about the game. I think really a field goal this drive, and I'm just not worrying about it again. So let's try to actually gain some yards, but do it as slow as possible. I'm not just going to run it 3 times or... Yeah, I think I ran it 3 times and then threw it. I'm not doing that again. We'll probably throw it on 3rd down this time. Wow. Probably have to throw it now. Again, the left side of my offensive line is atrocious. I mean, they didn't even have. They had one guy run from that side, he didn't even basically get blocked. Curls, I know we just scored a touchdown on this because of Higgins, but I don't want to score a touchdown. I just want to waste clock. I'm concerned that this mindset of not trying to be aggressive and score touchdowns is going to cost me the game, but we're 3-0 already, so although we'll lose lead of the division, I don't mind playing in the playoffs, wild card stuff. So, let's keep an eye on Miller. Maybe we just throw it to Higgins if he's completely wide open, I guess. Can't really tell in this game. Gain of 5, not terrible. That's technically about half the yards we had lost the previous down, so Higgins is a first, Walker's a first, but I'm not throwing that route unless it's wide open. What happened? Did it literally just go right through his hands? I think I just watched the ball just go. Let me watch this again. Did it go over him? I don't know what happened on that. It almost looks like the players collided, and because of that, he didn't get a catch animation, but it went right through his hands. That should not have been completed. Okay, so now the game's just entirely on their side. I got it. I got it. That wasn't even a bad pass. Higgins was wide open. It's literally just the thing of they gave him a high pass because random animation, and instead of him catching, the ball just floated right through him. So I don't get it. It's too warm in the room for me to think about that. I'll have to have a game like Kyle Orton had in the Bears franchise, end of the season, just throw for like 5 touchdowns and 400 yards just for the sake of it. I was expecting to get some sacks this game, considering we're playing Phillip Rivers, but I don't know what's going on. The corners don't. I clicked onto the corner. Not clicked onto it, but you get my point. I pressed B to get to the corner. And for some reason, instead of him continuing to run with the player he was running with, he instead decided that it would be a smarter move to, even though I was holding the joystick up the field, it was a smarter move to run a slant defense. Also, another terrible pass by Phillip Rivers. So I don't really know what's going on. If my defense would like to just win this entire game, instead of getting picks, can I just like opt to drain 50 seconds automatically from the clock? 50 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time, but that would be an entire quarter at this point. And who knows, Phillip Rivers, if you kept giving him the ball back, he'd probably just finish the game for us. What is this blocking? Oh, that was Higgins, okay. It's not a good thing when your passing yards is as much as your rushing yards and you only have 75 yards for the rushing. Pretty sure this was the same play that we threw a pick on. So let's have Higgins run a slant this time. Get right behind Miller, and maybe Miller will clear everybody out. We'll just take... What was that throwing animation? Oh, there we go. There we go, McFadden. Good stiff arm. Way to help out Jamarcus Russell with how this game's been going. I think he has 2 touchdowns this game already. Yeah, Higgins and McFadden. So... not a terrible game. Passing yards is the problem, but again, when you get 6 picks in a game, I don't really think anybody's looking at your passing yards and going, pretty poor game by you. Let me think. Carter's the guy. That's the guy who dropped the pass that literally hit him right in the hands in like the first quarter. Just waste the clock, get out of the third quarter. We're on pace for this video being about 40 minutes long after the first quarter was 15 minutes. So, good time management for the rest of the time, but other than that, it's been terrible. 15-minute first quarter and I think like a 12-minute second quarter. Snap this, hand it off to McFadden. easy, like 5. Yeah. Time of possession, I'm hoping to get that to about 3 minutes, but obviously anything more would be amazing. Team rushing summary. Not even bad rushing yards. The average at 3.6, I think that is... Yeah, that is just barely above. If we ran the ball 3 times in a row, we should gain a first down by like a yard. 5 first downs all game. Whew, that is a weird stat. 30 points, 5 first downs. Phillip Rivers did not help his team in this one. Yeah, let's hand it off. Gain of like 3. 1? Like, I was gonna say maybe 2, but 1 yard? That was not 1 yard. I think they count the end of that animation instead of where he ends his forward momentum. Whatever. I'm not even gonna get mad. I just need to finish this game. This is the longest of the 20 videos I'm gonna try to record today, and because I think NHL is gonna be about 20 minutes per video, and then Lego Indiana Jones will be like 1 game. It's just gonna be 1 level, so. Good gain of like, that's only 4? I don't know, I think they're ripping us off. I feel like HB draw, even though it's 3rd and 5 and most teams would throw it, I don't think they'd fall for an HB draw. So I'm going to actually just try throwing the first down, and I might just take off with it depending on what we see on the defense. Probably won't be able to take off with it considering the linebackers are playing at the line. That's why I don't think HB draw would have worked. They would have just waited until I handed the ball off or just full blitzed regardless. Okay. Maybe Walker, probably Higgins. Higgins took his route way too far up the field. We actually could take off with it and gain a first down running. There we go. 117 passing yards for Jamarcus Russell. 2 touchdowns. Not a bad day. Again, that pick, I'm not putting the blame on him. He has thrown 0 picks that were his fault, to be fair. So, not a bad day. Not a bad season so far. I think he's got like probably around 10 touchdowns. Maybe like 8 or 9. And 2 picks. Throwing for probably around like 800 yards. It's not like it's a crazy season, but this was back before throwing for 5,000 yards was normal. Besides for guys like Breeze. McFadden, easy gain of like 9. Brings up 2nd in inches. We have wasted way more than 2 minutes on this drive. We were at 2 minutes and 4 seconds at the end of the 3rd quarter for this drive, so now we're at probably like 5 minutes. Which is exactly what I needed. This quarter will be done in like 6 more minutes tops at this rate. I used to let the opposing team just score touchdowns when I had a lead just to get the games over with faster, because I had Excel clock on when I was playing just for fun. Used to make the games go by so much faster. If you've ever played Madden Ultimate Team, you'd understand what I'm meaning by it. Chew clock, always on. Best ones are like the throw for 60 yards and a touchdown. You just get a guy with a rocket for an arm, give him bazooka, get a receiver with the highest speed available, and just streak him, finish the play, or finish the thing in 1 play. Deep pass, touchdown. Not even a question. Move on to the next one. Then Madden gives you those where it's like, don't allow them to score a touchdown for the entire game. And you're like, woohoo. So, end the drive. Get your running back the ball and chew clock every down. I don't care. It's not like you get anything for playing the game like fully and throwing for touchdowns or anything like that. They give you the same amount of reward for if you do nothing the whole game, for if you go out there and score 150 in the challenge. So why would you bother scoring 150? Just move on to the next challenge. I don't think it's possible to waste the rest of the clock, but then again, we can probably get it all the way down to about a minute left. Which is probably for the best. Our team was not doing great on defense anymore, so it's time for the offense to help out. Okay, I'm really glad that Chargers guy was standing there, because I did not want to score then. I'm gonna probably just QB kneel it, bring up 4th down, and then try to just run it in with McFadden. Or maybe I'll try to throw it and give Jamarcus a 3rd touchdown, or a 2nd pick. Why'd you have to call a timeout? You're down by 16. Why'd you have to call a timeout? I understand why they had to, because 16 technically isn't over. It's 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, but let's be real. It's probably just 2 more picks. Out route. That looked glitchier than all get out, but to be fair, he should have had that touchdown anyways if the running back didn't try to tackle him. So, because he broke the original tackle. It was just he got thrown back so far because the fullback ran up and tried to hit stick him. 7 minutes and 18 seconds. That's an entire quarter. That's crazy. Okay, Philip. There's the ball back. You're down by 23 again. But you have 2 minutes this time. Tackled at the 25. I don't think they've even gotten Darren Sproles the ball, like, once out of the backfield. I don't really know when they had LaDainian in his prime if they did that a lot, but I would have thought they would have at least tried, just to give Tomlinson a break from time to time. But I guess Phillip Rivers has been giving him plenty of breaks, so maybe they just didn't think it was necessary. He is throwing it consistently behind his receiver. The booth reviews the catch, play reverse. Thank you. I honestly didn't care either way. If they had stayed in bounds, I would have preferred they caught the ball, but they didn't, so. There we go. Good play, guys. Keep him in bounds. Waste a timeout. 37-14, 3rd and 2. Basically no chance to lose. Just me saying that did increase the odds, though. Good play, Morrison. Great play. If he could have gotten that second hand up, it probably would have been another pick. But to be fair, I think he already has 3 on the season, so he's fine. That was a terrible play overall on defense. Like, did we just blitz 8 guys and the corners were just told to stand back there and watch? Take your time, Philip. Take your time. It's the same play again. Okay. So we need to change the play. Yep, Philip's going to keep doing that. So let's go. Let's just go cover 3 press and see if he thinks everybody's just going to blitz again. I think he legitimately thought everybody was just going to blitz again, and it was actually caught. Morrison was almost in time for a pick, but hey, you know what? Garbage time, right? Let's go over here. That was almost picked again. A really tough day for Phillip Rivers. Oh, I forgot that they're going to do an onside. There we go. We can recover this. 2 plays, game should be over. Might even, like, waste the clock by just kind of standing there and waiting. Can somebody run over and try to catch it? Thank you. Stand up. I was hoping he'd be up for another 3 seconds. I know a QB kneel, we're going to have to probably run 3 of them, because they'll probably call a timeout. They are technically only. Oh no, they're down by 3 scores. They shouldn't call a timeout. Okay, what a game. What a weird game. 109 yards, 119 passing yards, and I think 6 picks for Phillip Rivers. Should have probably thrown another 2 more, but DPI would have made it 7. The one that Morrison had a chance at, I'm not going to call that a pick, but he almost threw a pick on a 2 point conversion that might have gotten brought to the house. So, not a great game there by Phillip. If you guys are enjoying Madden NFL 09, hit the like button and the subscribe button below. Let me know in the comments if there are any other games you want to see on the channel or any trades I should make for the team. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.